Today I'm making cabbage rice with you, one of the simplest yet tastiest rice recipes I know. There are many memories connected to this recipe. It's a historic recipe, a traditional dish from Campania. I don't want to get lost in chatter. I can't wait to start and above all to eat. Let's make this delicious dish together. Let's get started. So, first of all, after cutting the Savoy cabbage in half, I cut it in half because I don't need the whole thing. If you look here, a piece is missing because it was so big. And after washing it under running water, I removed the central part, the tougher one. And I cut it into very thin strips. I recommend you cut the Savoy cabbage into very thin strips. But if you intend to, maybe because the children don't like it, or there's an adult like my father who doesn't like it, to eat it like this in leaves, and you want to blend it, then there's no need to waste time. Become thin, but it's enough to chop it roughly, and then blend it all to make a nice cream, or just blend it a little. I'll tell you the truth. This is a grandma's recipe, a recipe from our grandmothers. I prefer to slice it very thin. Back then, there was no immersion blender, and making it the traditional way is perfect. Now, I chop a little bit of onion and half a clove of garlic. By the way, do you use onion or garlic more often with Savoy cabbage? Let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, I'll chop a little more. Garlic and onion together, I'll tell you, I usually use onion, especially in stewed cabbage, but in risotto, so I don't disappoint anyone. No, that's not true. It's to add a little extra flavor. I also add a bit of garlic. By the way, before starting, I prepared a quick vegetable broth here with celery, carrots, and onions. A very light vegetable broth. Of course, if you don't have time or don't feel like it, you can easily use a bouillon cube. Then I move to the stove, and in a pan or a casserole I add some extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of butter. Then I add the garlic and onion, let them saute a bit, and then I add a bit of dried chili pepper. If I had used fresh chili, I would have added it earlier. I add the dried one later, otherwise it burns. I add the Savoy cabbage leaves cut into strips. I arrange it a bit, then cover with the lid and cook for 10-12 minutes on medium heat, stirring from time to time. Okay, when the Savoy cabbage is almost ready, I put the rice in a dry pan to toast for 5 to 6 minutes, at most on medium heat, stirring often. Then I add the rice to the Savoy cabbage. I stir a bit, turn the heat up to the maximum. Then I deglaze with white wine. Keep the heat high and let it evaporate quickly. Okay, now I add a few ladles of boiling vegetable broth. Then I adjust the salt. And let it cook, adding more vegetable broth only if needed. Okay, the rice is nice and al dente, so I turn off the heat, even though it will keep cooking a bit more here. I add the butter. As if I hadn't turned it off, nice cold butter, then I add the Parmesan, then the grana. I stir it a bit. After that, I let it rest for a couple of minutes. And I plate it. Here you go, another little touch. So on top I put a bit of thyme, a bit of parmesan. Again, let's see. I hope I don't burn myself. Oh man, my eyes are watering. I think you can see it. I must have turned purple. Oh man, I feel like I'm sweating, so I can't hide that despite everything I burned myself. Try this recipe and let me know what you think in the comments below. For now, I'll say goodbye. And as usual, before I leave you, I want to wish you a good meal. Let's see if I'll be a bit luckier with this one.